Welcome to EICMA 2025 everyone, and welcome to the Honda booth. Now, in terms of scooters, Honda has not launched anything particularly new and exciting, but they do have a couple of interesting things on the stand, a couple of new interesting bikes, and mainly I cover scooters, but for this one, I'm going to do something different. Grab yourself a cup of tea and a snack, because this video is going to take a while, because we are going to do a one-shot, no-cut, full tour of the entire Honda booth and see exactly why Honda is the most versatile motorcycle manufacturer ever, and why it is still #1 on the planet. So this is the whole booth, what you can see of it, because it goes all the way around on the other side, and we're gonna start here. First of all, you have some Honda gear on the back there. Not interested in clothing. This is a sport bike, a Fireblade put on its side so you can take pictures with it. It's at the angle that you would see in Moto GP, and you can see people signing up and getting their picture taken as if they were a racing rider. Let's see somebody in action. There you go. Yep, people taking pictures of themselves. This is the gear that they have. I think you can go inside and even buy stuff. It's kind of like a store here. Moving on the stand, we have Honda and Kuromi. I have no idea what Kuromi is. Kuromi 20th anniversary. Let's dream without fear. I really have no idea what this is, but the bikes look. We got a Fireblade, and I think that the other one is a Hornet. The bikes look absolutely tremendous. The colors are great. If you know what Kuromi is, put it down in the comments below, but yeah. We got a Hornet and a Fireblade. Custom modified. The Hornet has an interesting seat if you can take a look at it. I'll extend this. Yep. There we go. People filming. Also, scan the QR codes for more info. Get original wallpaper access. You can probably scan them on the screen, but yeah, I'm trying to help you guys. Moving on, this is going to be the sport bike, the racing section. This is the RCV 213, fully prepped racing bike, Moto GP bike. This should be a Moto GP bike, man. Check out these. The brake discs are just something else. The entire bike is something else. All full of radiators behind the wheel. Let's take a look at it from the back. Wings for stability. Exhaust, a Krapovich exhaust and everything. Check out that rear tire. Oh, this bike means business. This bike means proper business. But moving on, it's not the only one. We got another racing machine right here. I think custom built for the rider. What is it? So this red, white, and green one, John Zarco, LCR Honda Team Moto GP World Championship 2025. So again, another Moto GP bike from 2025. Next to it, what do we have? Moto Mondiale 2025 Class Moto 3, Adrian Fernandez, Team Leopard Racing. So a Moto 3 bike. Surprising just how small this thing is. It's so small and compact, and yet so purposeful. And check out how small the brake disc is on the front. Twin discs, Brembo calipers, single piston caliper on the front. And yet I think this thing goes like hell. People taking photos. What do we have? The next one is a World Superbike bike. Ciavi Verge, Team HRC. A World Superbike bike. This seems more like a street version. It's not that extreme as the Moto GP bike. It looks a little bit more tame. Still a lot of bespoke stuff on it, but it seems to be a little bit more tame. Front brakes do look almost close to standard road brakes. Let's move on. Oh, sorry. We have a bike from the Bugs. It seems it's raced the Isle of Man TT with Dean Harrison, Team Honda Racing UK. Again, no, not extreme brakes. You still have ABS. Headlights are gone and replaced by stickers, but it's not that extreme. It's not as extreme as a Moto GP bike. Pretty sure it's fast as hell, but once again, the Moto GP bike looks even more extreme than this. And next to it, the last one, a CBR 1000 RR/R Fireblade SP Endurance World Championship Alan Teacher Correnti Piroli Taiga Hada TSR Honda France. So this is like endurance racing for motorcycles. Kind of looks like the Superbike and the Isle of Man TT bike, probably different specs, a little bit different, but in general pretty much similar specs. I don't know what this is here, but that's interesting. Could be the airbox, the air intake, I don't know. It's fantastic to see just how much radiator they have behind the wheel. It's all radiator from top to bottom. It's all radiator. These things, when they're cooking, they really need a lot of cooling. But now let's move on to the center stage area. We do have a couple of accessories here for the sport bikes, but let's move to the center stage. What do we have? Oh, this is going to be a difficult one. Where to start? Let's start again with the super bikes right here. You got yourself fire blades in all types of flavors. This should be like a 650R because it's an E-clutch. This one is an E-clutch. Next to it, I think it's a 600 RR, 600 RR.
I cannot buy a bike like this.
No E-clutch on this one. We have another 600 RR in the red, blue, and white color scheme. Nice bikes. These 4-cylinder Screamers, 600 cc's. And next to it, we have a Fireblade, a CBR Fireblade, 1000 cc's, liter bike. This is for your most extreme squids of squids. Next to it, another 650R. Is it with the E-clutch or not? Yep, another E-clutch bike. Honda is really pushing this E-clutch thing, and we're gonna see they've put it on more engines. So it was already on the 650 engine, the 4-cylinder 650, and now it's getting on more different engines. We have another 650R, again with the E-clutch in the red and blue color scheme. Real nice color scheme from Honda. And up front, what do we have? Liter bikes. So this was a 1000 cc liter bike. This is another 1000. What is it? 1000 RRR Fireblade SP. It has all the names, all the R's in it. And again in black. So we have it in red and white and blue and one in black. Next to it, it's the adventure section, where we see an Africa Twin with the mother of all auxiliary lights. Fist for comparison. Yep. Those auxiliary lights are huge. But yeah, we have an Africa Twin here. No big changes from last year. Still TFT dash. Still this Dakar style second LCD display. A lot of controls for all the electronics. Full luggage kit, full Honda Adventure luggage kit. It's not an E-clutch bike, or it's not a DCT bike, it's a manual, this one on the show floor. Next to it we have another Africa Twin. which is more of the poverty spec. I think, yeah, that was the Adventure, and this one is, again, it's the Adventure, but it's not so many accessories on it. This is a bone stock as it comes from the dealer. No luggage, no nothing. Africa Twin Adventure Sports. Same TFT dash and everything. Next to it, in the sand right here, again shown another Africa Twin, but this is just the regular Africa Twin. This is more the off-road oriented machine. Not necessarily the touring one, but the more off-road oriented one. And next to it we have a regular Africa Twin. You can tell by the absence of the cornering lights at the bottom of the headlights. But it is set up for touring. So you have the Honda panniers and the Honda top case, all of them aluminum, sturdily mounted to the bike. Again, the regular Africa Twin keeps the same display layout as the Adventure Sports we saw over there. Same controls. No DCT models shown on the show floor. Nope, this is a regular model with a shifter. No DCT of the Africa Twin. That's interesting. What else? Moving on in the Adventure section. What do we have here? We have the Transalp 750. We all know the Transalp 750, available both in Europe and in America. But now the 750 engine gets an E-clutch. You can have an E-clutch Transalp, which is an awesome touring bike, touring adventure bike. You can use the clutch when you're off-roading or when you're just pulling around the city. You can just leave it in E-clutch mode and it's an automatic, so you can choose however way you wish to ride. What do we have here? Another Transalp with the E-clutch. We can see all of the footage here that Honda is pushing. We have all the bags, the plastic bags and panniers. A new color scheme for the Transalp with a gray and turquoise. Smart. In this color it looks smart. I still prefer the white and blue, the original, like you have in the footage back there. I don't see one on the show floor in that color, but yeah, this is a smart color. It looks distinguished, I would say. All right, let's move on. So the big news is the Transalp got an E-clutch. Also, the NX 500 got an E-clutch. And also an invisibility cloak. All right, we'll move on. We have the NX. You know what? Let's continue from here. We have the NX 500 E-clutch from on the show floor right here. Price is undisclosed. So also the 500cc engine gets now the E-clutch. I know Quasi was looking for a new bike to replace the CB 500X with, or the Rebel 1100. Well, you like your 500s, maybe an E-clutch version would be something to think about. Next to it we have, I think this is so it's not the NX, it's the CB NC 750. Should be the NC 750. I'm sorry, yeah, with the way the engine is sloped forward, it's the NC 750. In poverty spec, no accessories, absolutely nothing, just as it comes out of the showroom. Next to it, the Adventure scooter that is currently top of the range in Honda's scooter market, but it's actually a bit of an NC 750. As you can see, it's put next to the NCs. It is actually an NC 750 with a bit of a scooter vibe to it, but it's still a scooter. The brakes, both brakes are still on the handlebar, so it is considered still a scooter. It's a 750cc engine with a DCT 6-speed. We have one here that is a special edition, interesting and beautiful colors, a Krapovich exhaust, crash bars and everything. Beautiful, that's good. Expensive, but definitely an interesting machine. Again, same huge auxiliary lights on it. And moving on forward, we have I'm sorry, did I call this the NC 750? It's the X-ADV 750. a lot of letters and a lot of numbers. But yeah, X-ADV 750. And next to it is the Bago standard X-ADV 750. This is what it comes with as a standard model from the dealer. This is what you get. You get a decently big windscreen, you get hand guards, you get a nice comfortable seat. You can put luggage on it as an accessory. 5-inch TFT dash. It is a great machine, even though it is a tad bit expensive for what it is. It's a 50 horsepower 750cc motorcycle with a dual clutch transmission. And it's almost double the price of the NC 750, although it has the same running gear and pretty much the same off-road capabilities as the NC. But yeah, it is what it is. Those who like a scooter and want to have top-of-the-range adventure scooter, it doesn't get more expensive than this. Next to it, again, in the adventure side, we have our CRF 300 Rally, which gains a lot of blackness down here, but otherwise goes unchanged. Still the weird headlight. Ooh. It's weird, that headlight, but it has character to it. And next to it, the CRF 300L, the lighter, the more off-road oriented version with a smaller fuel tank. This one just has a regular headlight, but it is LED. It's small, but it is LED. Moving on, what do we have here? We have the CL500. A bike shown a couple of years ago. Nice retro style motorcycle with a 500cc engine. Here we have it in yellow and black. Right here we have in this sand brown and black. Smart looking bikes. They haven't got the e-clutch variant yet, but this engine has, so probably at some point in the future we are going to see a CL500 e-clutch, which would make for an awesome little commuter motorcycle. And next to it we have again an NC750X DCT, fully kitted out with the Honda luggage, saddlebag or side cases and top case. Huge top case. This has to be like a 50-liter top case. And the panniers are big as well. The exhaust all the way down there, so huge panniers. You also do have a storage space right where the fuel tank would have been. We have crash bars on it. What else? These auxiliary lights. I think this is a Honda accessory. They're putting them on everything. And we have this DNX. We looked at it, so let's move on further. We're getting into the retro. It's kind of weird that they put the CL over there and the GB over here. So we have the GB 350, and this is the Honda Dream Garage. We have a Honda Hornet here with interesting paint and a GB 350, again in golf colors. I love this color scheme. But next to it we have the proper GB 350 in black, and in this is not white, kind of an eggshell color, a greenish white eggshell color. Interesting color, it's beautiful. But yeah, no updates for the GB350, still an air-cooled single-cylinder engine. Haven't had a chance to test ride one, but I would love to see just how that engine feels. This one is kitted out again. We can see here a button and these ginormous auxiliary headlights. And the dash, what I love about the GB, the dash, I'm pretty sad it doesn't have a ref counter, but you do have an analog speedometer, and it's one of those beautiful ones with the white lettering, the red needle, the old school classic speedometer. Let's get it out of the light. Yeah, you understand. And a small little digital display on the side to show you your fuel level, gear, clock, and trip meter. So yeah, kind of a nice combo. What else? Let's see, where should we go? Should we finish the touring section and move on to that side? Yes, we're gonna go in the touring section. Here we have the Rebel 1100. No, it's the CMX 1100 Rebel DCT. That's the full name. I rode Quasi's one back in Houston. strong engine for this bike, but this one looks completely different than his bike. Different colors. Looks much more classic retro style of bike. Next to it, what do we have? This is the one that Quasi is raving about, the NT1100. They just got them in the States. It's a nice bike, not gonna lie. This one is fully kitted out for touring. We got a manual 6-speed, and we got the side bags, the top case, the tank bag. Same dash layout as the Africa Twin with the 2 dashes. Love to see that. You can have whatever, even Android Auto, I think, on this one, and you can still have your speed and odometer and stuff like that. And I think this would be a fuel gauge. So you still have your basics here, and then you can have something else there. Next to it, what else? We have a Rebel 1100T. I think this is like the touring model with the saddlebags and the Batwing fairing. And moving on, this would be the Rebel, yes, the Rebel 500. The old school Rebel 500. This one is not going out of style anytime soon. Great for people with very short legs, and it is gonna stay in production probably for a long time. And with saddlebags and a little backrest for the passenger, this thing just looks awesome. Moving on, here's a weird one. Usually for EICMA, Honda brings in, let's go around this side, Honda brings 2 Goldwings to the stand. One is the Goldwing Tour, which we have here in red. And the other one is just the regular Goldwing, like the bagger version, which we have here in gray. Now, Honda did launch a 50th anniversary of the Goldwing, and it's in the gold colorway. But for some reason, they decided here at EICMA on the show floor to not bring that one, to bring the red and black touring version and the gray and black bagger version. I have no idea why they decided to do that. It's still one of the best motorcycles ever made. But yeah, it's weird that they didn't bring the gold Goldwing, since it's the 50th anniversary of the Goldwing. Otherwise, it's unchanged from the bagger version that I rode, I think 2 years ago, and yeah, still a great motorcycle. I don't know what they could update it. After they made this one, it really is a situation of, so where do you go from here? It has just about everything on it. They have to wait for technology to move on before they can update the Goldwing, because there's nothing else they can put on it. It's just about as perfect as it gets. But the price also reflects just how perfect it is. Next to it, once again, another NT1100 in blue with a shorter windscreen this time. Next to it, this thing. Man Motorcycles, it says there on the side. I think this might be the GB350 engine, but check out that shorty exhaust. This thing would sound absolutely awesome. Would love a ride on it. I am just asking. I see a rear brake over there, and I see, seriously, it just has a rear brake. There's no front brake on it, and there's nothing on the handlebar. Absolutely nothing. No levers, no nothing. So how do you change gears and how do you brake with this thing? I'm sorry, how you oh. So that, I think that at the bottom is the clutch, and you have your gear shifter. Oh, I would definitely want to ride this thing. I would definitely want to ride this thing. I would love to have, for it to have a front brake, but I would love to test ride this thing. The seat doesn't look necessarily all that comfortable, but come on, just look at it. It's absolutely awesome. Okay, let's go. We're not gonna go here yet. We're gonna go back here because there's part of it that we missed, and it's part of the new models that they have launched. Okay, where to start? We have here a Hornet 750 with the e-clutch. Like I've said, like we saw on the Transalp, this 750 engine has received the e-clutch treatment, so you can get now a Hornet 750 with an e-clutch. Otherwise, it's pretty much unchanged. The same 750 engine with same horsepower, same 5-inch TFT dash. The bike is the same, they just added e-clutch. This is something interesting. We have a CB1000F, and currently they're trying, professional work is going on here with the teleprompter and everything, but a CB1000F. Let's go around. I'm not gonna get in the shot, and I'm gonna move to the other side so I don't distract her. I'm not in shot, I don't distract her. Yeah, this is the new CB1000F. 4-cylinder, 1000cc motorcycle. Kind of a naked style bike, but with an interesting front fairing here. Kind of a bullet fairing. But yeah, this looks like an awesome machine. Is it e-clutch? Nope, your regular 1000cc engine. But next to it, Quasi, you wanted a touring bike. CB1000 GT with the auxiliary headlights. So the 4-cylinder 1000cc engine now gets like a touring version, trying to move around the people. We got saddlebags. This is bringing me vibes of the CBX with the touring fairing. The 6-cylinder CBX, I saw one recently with the touring fairing, but it just looks awesome. Would love to have a ride on one of these. Big windscreen, hand guards. It's not electric, it's manually adjustable, as we saw him adjusting it, but it seems to have quite a simple adjustment. You can put a top piece on the back and make a proper touring bike, a proper GT Grand Tourer. Next to it, what do we have? The Hornet 750. Oh, sorry, the Hornet 1000 with its 4-cylinder 1000cc engine. If the 750 isn't enough for you, you get the Hornet 1000. Now, let's move back here. We're in the CB range of bikes, and this is where we left off. We saw the Hornet, the 750 and the 1000, but this is where you start. This is where you get your motorcycle license with the CB125F. Legendary motorcycle from Honda, CB125F. We have it in red, we have it in blue, we have LED lights, we have big turn signal indicators, small little 125cc air-cooled engine, simple, LED headlight, TFT dash. Again, this is supposed to be like a cheap, simple motorcycle, but TFT dash. Let's look at the blue one because it's turned on. I think this may not be even a 5-inch display. It might be like a 3 or 4-inch, but it's TFT nonetheless. It looks pretty. You have your blue color for the boys, you have your red color for the girls. Little starter bike. Simple to fix. Oh, I just noticed something. Check out this brake lever. Oh, this isn't just a brake lever, this is a crash bar. You're not bending this when you're dropping it once. Oh no. And the pegs are solid. These pegs, this might actually act like a small little crash protection. Moving on, what do we have? Here in the back we have the CB125R. I did not know, another set of 125cc bikes, but this ones, are they? Yes, they are liquid cooled. We can see a radiator back there. So the CB125R. These look interesting. More of a naked style bike. So not necessarily a sport bike, but they do look awesome. Again, for 125, if the CB125F is a little bit too pedestrian for you, then maybe the 125R is right up your street. LED lights, water-cooled engine, a little bit more powerful than the 125F. Yep, interesting machine. Moving on, CB, what is it? This is the 650R with the e-clutch. with the 4-cylinder 650 engine with the e-clutch. Once again here in orange, that one is in blue, this one is in orange. And before we go into the scooters, what do we have? We have another Hornet 750, and people filming Hornet 750 in black with the e-clutch. Or sorry, this is the Hornet 500 with the e-clutch. Awesome. All right, scooters. This is my cup of tea. Here we have the entire lineup of SH 125 and 150cc scooters. We can see them in all the colors, so let's take a look at them. We're going to start from the blue one and work our way around them. We have the blue one right here. We have the white one, 150 right here. All of them come with top cases. All of them come with windscreens and hand guards. We have black one. Yeah, that's the black one. I was looking for like the dark green one, but no, it's the black one. And here we have a metallic gray one with the red because it's a, I don't know, special edition racing model. And we have the matte red. That's interesting. That's an interesting color, and it does look good on it. So we got the matte red. Next to it we have the Forza lineup. You have your 125, your 300 and your 750 Forza. Let's start off from top to bottom. So this is the Forza 750. I did a full video on it last year. This one is decked out with all the accessories, tank bag, all the panniers and top case, big windscreen, auxiliary lights down there. It's a touring machine. It's a shame to keep it just in the city. This is a touring machine. And next to it is the Forza 125 and Forza 300. The 125 and the 300 are pretty much identical to last year's models. It's just the engine beneath the rider that's different in size, but otherwise the scooters are in construction the same. Now, before we move further with the scooters, let's take a look at what we have here. These are the bikes from, I think, the presentation. So we have the Transalp, which should be with the e-clutch. Yes, it is. We have an Africa Twin here. But on the rotisserie behind me is a Honda motorcycle that comes with a V3 engine with, from what I heard, an electric supercharger. Let's see if I can get you guys in there. Between the V, so it's a V3 engine, but it does have an electric supercharger. It's not ready for production yet. They say next year they might have it in production, but for now, I can only imagine just how this thing sounds. So you got 2 cylinders on the front, 1 cylinder in the back, an electric compressor in the middle to pump pressurized air into the engine and get more power out of it. No specs, no nothing, just a concept at the moment, but Honda promises in a year's time it will be ready for production. But let's move on with the tour. How long is this video up to this point? 33 minutes. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Sorry about that. What else? PCX. The mighty PCX. And actually this is the scooter lineup. So we're going to start from here. This is the SH mode. This is the cheap version of the Honda SH. The low-cost, budget-friendly option. Great little scooter for your courier, for your fleets, for people that need a lot of scooters to do a lot of work. This thing will do it, will get the job done. And in terms of pricing, 2,800 euros, at least here in Italy. That's a cheap scooter. Next to it, the all-new PCX, which was actually all new last year, but it's still newish considering how rarely Honda changes the PCX. This is a new machine. Nothing changed from last year. Same plastic lighting on the handlebar that I saw some people not like. This is like the Bago standard version with the LCD dash, not the TFT dash. You have two versions available. You do get a top case on this one as an accessory, but yeah, the PCX is a legend in the small scooter world. And also another cheap and cheerful Honda little scooter, the Vision 110. 2,300 euros here in Italy. The Vision 110, I don't think it gets any cheaper than this one. So this is the entry point if you want a Honda scooter. And next to it is the ADV 350. Again, another scooter you don't get in the States, but you probably would love to get. Accessorized with the auxiliary lights. It is basically a Honda Forza 350 or similar to a Forza 350 underneath, but you do have a beefier front suspension with a triple tree. The fork legs come all the way up here. It is a Showa suspension, 5-inch TFT dash. This one has the accessories on it, like this tank bag right here and a top case on the back. Showa suspension also on the back. Now, when I rode this and when I test rode this a couple of years ago, I was actually surprised at just how rough the suspension is. It's not all that compliant. Even though it is Showa, it is fancy, it is shiny, it's not really all that compliant. So yeah, I think Showa needs to do a little bit more adjusting on a few more adjustments on the suspension of this scooter to properly make it an off-road scooter. As it sits, it's more like a touring scooter that looks a bit off-roadish. And next to it is the X-ADV 750 with all the bells and whistles and lights and everything. So they have the X-ADV 750 with the adventure bikes over there because it is a bike, and here because it is a scooter. They have it in both places. But again, this is a fully kitted out version with the auxiliary lights, with the headlight, with the windscreen, with the handguards, with the panniers, with the top case. You name it, it has it. It also has the optional foot pegs for the rider so you can ride standing. You can keep your foot on the floorboard here, or on the foot pegs here. So this is like fully kitted out. Do they have a price for it? Price undisclosed. Good move, Honda. Do not disclose the price because it is a high one. What else? Moving on. Between the scooters, they've decided to put this display, which is off-road motorcycles, motocross motorcycles, but these are competition machines. These are not your standard. This would be a Dakar bike, a 450, CRF 450 Dakar. That would be a motocross bike, but it has a headlight. No, that would be a motocross bike. This might be an enduro bike. Might be. Here we have a trials bike. People just standing around blocking the view, but it is what it is. There we have a trial bike and a motocross bike. Oh, check out the tires on the rear tire on the motocross bike. These things mean proper business. Interesting display to have it between the scooters. Here we can see, okay, so CRF 450R, Motocross GP. Again, these are competition bikes. CRF 250RX Enduro, Samuel Bernardini, and here we have a Rally Dakar 2025. Ricky Brabeck, Monster Energy Honda team. These are Dakar bikes are something else. I think this might be auxiliary water or auxiliary fuel, something like that. But Dakar bikes are something else. Check out the fuel gauge. You can see it while riding. That's an interesting way to have a fuel gauge. And all of the navigation up there and everything. Yeah, this is a serious bit of kit. But let's move on back. We were in the scooter section, and let's check out the mini motos. Unchanged from last year, but we're gonna take a look at them nonetheless. We have the Honda Dax right here in blue. We have a red monkey over here. You can see people trying them out. We have a Super Cup 125. Love the colors. Love the colors. Absolutely love the colors. The blue, white, and red is so classic. Love it, love it, love it. And we have an Adventure Grom. Yes, an Adventure Grom. Handguards. Big windshield, ginormous windshield for the Grom. and saddlebags. I think these are huge, like 10-liter each saddlebags. Huge saddlebags. The Adventure Grom ready to take on the world. This is a bike you can go to Mongolia and Siberia on. You actually can. Joking aside, you actually can, because a small little bike like this, if you encounter deep mud, you just pick it up and carry it to the other side. But the Cub, the Super Cub 125, oh, this is just, in this color, it's absolutely gorgeous. Tremendously beautiful. The colors just work. I love this combination. This is a great combination. And moving on, Honda is starting to get into the electric game. We're gonna look at those, but not yet. We are going to look at the EM1E. I've seen this before. The big TFT display is gone. The small little LCD, so it is getting closer to production, I think, or it might be even in production. Does it have a price? Yes, 3,200 euros.
Data. It creates harmony.
And range? What do we have for range? Come on.
What is a motorcycle?
30 amp hour battery, 50 volts.
Invites us to enjoy unexpected discoveries.
I can't seem to find range.
Filled with serenity and excitement.
Let's just look at it properly. I want to see range. Oh, they put it like this because, so 45 kilometers an hour top speed, 48 kilometers, condizioni di test interne. I would say that's internal testing, autonomy. Whew. WMTC class 1, 30 kilometers, utilizable autonomy 41 kilometers. That's not a lot. That's not enough. It's disappointing. It ain't cheap for this kind of range. 3,200 euros for a 50cc equivalent. It's just too much. I'm sorry. Go to the Chinese for better electric little mopeds. Next to it, we have another Honda electric scooter. This one doesn't have any specs, but that one was a big disappointment. This one doesn't have any specs. It's not the same. It's a little bit different, but it's not much bigger. This might be like a 125cc variant, the QE. This still does. It does have the big TFT display. Top case on the back. But this is the bee's knees now. A new 50 kilowatt motorcycle from Honda, fully electric. They are going after the electric bike market. This is the last vehicle we're gonna see on this video. After this, I'm ending the video because it's almost 3/4 of an hour long at the moment. But yeah, the electric bike from Honda. Does it have a name? The WN7. 15,000 euros. It's expensive, but not all that expensive. We have here different colors. That is a fully black one. That is a black and gray one. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, let's take the stage and take our and occupy our space on it. So the Honda WN7, 15,000 euros electric bike. Motor in the frame, belt drive to the rear, pretty skinny rear tire, 50 kilowatts from what I'm told. Huge battery up front. We are going to try to look at the specs. Bar end mirrors. You know, it doesn't look like a toy. It's definitely not what I would call pretty. It's not bad looking, but it's also not good looking. Not necessarily what I would call pretty. But yeah. Interesting. Oh, the tablet is empty. Let's take a look at it. So maximum power 50 kilowatts, 100 newton meters of torque, maximum speed 129 kilometers an hour, autonomy 140 kilometers. That's not bad. What else? So that's about it. 217 kilograms, so it ain't all that heavy. Here we have one with a few accessories. or actually just a tail bag. Let's just move. People are watching the screen. In this gray you can see a little bit more of the details of the bike, but it is interesting. Tank with a tail bag there. I don't know if you can call this a touring machine. I mean, it does have 120 kilometers of range, but it ain't all that great. I mean, for around the city it's gonna do well. And I see a radiator up front, probably for battery cooling. Interesting. But this is like the big news from Honda, the electric motorcycle, and also the e-clutch on 750cc engines and 500cc engines. But for now, this has been it from the Honda booth. I've gave you a full tour of the Honda booth. We can see it up ahead. Honda every year has this particular booth. It's absolutely huge. As you can see, the video took 45 minutes to quickly go through everything. And to be perfectly honest, they have a partner here, Red Moto, with off-road bikes, with accessories and everything that, yeah, there's just no more time in this video to check out that. Plus, that's pretty particular in terms of accessories. But yeah, that has been for the Honda booth here at EICMA 2025, sorry. My mouth is tired for talking for 45 minutes straight. I don't know how I managed to do it. But yeah, that has been it from the Honda booth at EICMA 2025. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you have friends interested in Honda, share the video with them. They can skip through all the models and see which one they like. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to check out the playlist, link down in the description below with all the videos from EICMA 2025. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.